It's been rumored that Benjamin Netanyahu is dead, but he's not dead. He went viral at a news conference for saying this.
Well, history proves that, unfortunately and unhappily, Jesus Christ has no advantage over Genghis Khan. Because if you are strong enough, ruthless enough, powerful enough, evil will overcome good. Aggression will overcome moderation. So you have no choice.
So as a Christian, I just want to take a moment to respond to this. He's referring to, he says, the historian William Durant. And the accusation, of course, is that Christ, essentially, maybe he's a nice man, maybe he's a decent man, but this brings weakness, the inability to stand up to bullies, to evil men. Christ brings no advantage to Genghis Khan. So I want to try to say this respectfully, but I'm just going to say it. This is ridiculous. No man has changed the world, none, more than Jesus of Nazareth. Not Julius Caesar, not Genghis Khan, not Alexander the Great, not Einstein, not Trump. Jesus of Nazareth had no empire, he had no army. He was killed at an early age, and yet he changed the world more than anyone else who's ever lived. Because his religion, his kingdom, his church spread throughout and transformed the Roman Empire, transformed the East, transformed parts of Africa, transformed Europe from the pagan thing that it was. His influence lasts far more today than that of Genghis Khan or Julius Caesar. But what's interesting to me is that people often make the accusation. I know of no other religion that gets accused of both being too pathetically weak and unable to stand up to evil people, evil men, but also be accused for being violent and oppressive and warlike. People say it was the Christians that smothered the poor pagans, the Christians who were the bullies in the Crusades to the poor Muslims, but also it's the Christians who can't stand up for themselves and are passive. So I just want to explain it like this. Christ was no pacifist. He never taught pacifism. And it's really simple. Christ said to turn the other cheek. What does that mean? If someone comes at you, comes at me, and tries to destroy your life, lies about you, get you fired, what I should do as a Christian, in my heart, in my will, in my mind, is strive to want the best for that person. So when I survive what they throw at me, when you survive, you don't retaliate in the sense of you don't try to get their job taken away. You don't try to destroy their social group. You don't try to lie about them. You try to help that person become a better version of themselves. Remember who they are. Submit to God's grace. Repent. That's something like what Jesus of Nazareth meant by turn the other cheek. Did he mean let evil rapists murder and kill and burn? No. Would it be the Christian thing to let them harm my children, to kill my children? Of course not. I would be a bad Christian. I'd be hardly a man at all if I don't try to stop them. So if anything, if someone were to break into my home, I am well able to make them regret it. Do I want the best for them as individuals? Sure, but it would be best for them to not do that. And I would remind Mr. Netanyahu that many of the U.S. armed forces, the men and women actively helping his country and have been for years, are Christians of some kind or the other. These are followers of Christ who are doing what their government told them to do. The U.S. has the world's most powerful military. I still think this is the case. And a large percentage of the people in that military are affiliated with Christ in their personal lives. I'm not making a comment as to whether the war in Iran is warranted, whether it's stupid, whether it's why Trump had popped it off. But what I will say is that Mr. Netanyahu here is incorrect. Christianity doesn't make strong men weak. It tempers strong men's wills and hearts. I used to wonder if being a Marine and being a Christian were contradictory. They're not. There's a book called A Knight's Own Book of Chivalry that really helped me with this. It was a medieval book by a man who's seen more war than I've seen. And he was sort of talking through with other knights. He was a decorated knight, how one can fight in the Crusades and then deal with that in their personal lives. It's worth reading. One of the ideas of chivalry is that you can fight with ferocity against your enemy, but the moment the fight's over, you want the best for your enemy. As soon as he cries, "Uncle," you can sit down as a gentleman. Mr. Netanyahu said, he implied that moderation is not what we need. I would imply that moderation is exactly what the world needs right now. But wait, what did Mr. Netanyahu call Jesus? Jesus the what?
Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm glad Mr. Netanyahu realizes Jesus is in fact Christ. We agree on that. And what I can say also is that Jesus Christ has changed my life. I don't think that's the right way to say it. Jesus Christ is changing, present tense, continually. I feel like I'm still being converted, my life. And he can do that for you too. Hope you know your life matters, so enjoy your life. Thanks for watching. God bless.